the pain like.
Hey guys, dearyoongi here, and welcome back to my channel. Although the year isn't officially over yet, I thought it would be fun to reflect on some of the crazy things that happened this year in the K-pop world. So today's video is going to be 23 things that were not on my 2023 K-pop bingo card, aka things I was not expecting to happen this year but did. This should be fun, and if you can think of any others, I would love to hear about them in the comments. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. Number 1, His Majesty King Charles presents honorary MBEs to Blackpink in recognition of the group's role as COP26 advocates for the COP26 summit in Glasgow 2021, encouraging young people to play an active role in making a positive impact to climate change. The girls had dinner at Buckingham Palace, met the King of England, and the Royal Orchestra even performed a rendition of their song Do 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 outside of Buckingham Palace. I'm sorry, I just had to start with this one as a British K-pop fan because it feels like an absolute fever dream. Number 2, Everglow having a comeback itself could be included in this list, but more so, I wanted to use number 2 to talk about Mia's hair being cut very short for this comeback. I know this probably won't be a big shock compared to others on this list to some people, but this one really shocked me personally, so I had to include it because, I don't know, this was just not a hairstyle I ever pictured them giving to her, and it caught me off guard. Number 3, SM Entertainment uploading full-on commentary videos to their official YouTube channel, explaining the reasons why SM is against HYBE's hostile takeover. When HYBE were attempting to acquire SM Entertainment in that messy era earlier this year, I think these were supposed to come across more as official statements for shareholders on behalf of the company's CFO, Hyunjin, but because of what we as the audience are used to seeing, honestly these videos looked and felt a lot more like K-pop YouTube style video essays. Again, a fever dream to see from an official label. Number 4, 17's Dino finally gets to release a solo mixtape. It's not that this wasn't something I saw coming ever, like we as fans have known for ages that this is something he wanted to do. I just did not expect it to be happening this year, especially because 17 themselves have been so busy with multiple comebacks and tours, etc. But he did it, prepared something during a busy 17 comeback schedule, and that only shows his commitment and it paid off. Number 5, when performing a concert in Dallas, Texas, StayC intended to wear Texas Rangers jerseys to celebrate them reaching the World Series, but accidentally ended up wearing Glasgow Rangers jerseys. It was then announced on a random weekday sometime later that the girls would be making a surprise appearance at Glasgow Rangers' stadium, Ibrox, and surely enough, a crowd of fans actually got to see them there that evening. A UK football and K-pop girl group crossover was definitely not on my 2023 bingo card. Number 6, vixx making a comeback in the year 2023. After unfortunately having some drama earlier in the year with Ravi leaving the group and N being busy with other activities, I wasn't really expecting us to see a comeback from the group anytime soon, but then they came back this year and it was so incredible to see them back in action. I miss them a lot. Number 7, Stray Kids is bang. I can't even say it. Sorry. I can't even. I'm so sorry. Let's go again. Number 7, Stray Kids' Bangchan getting accused of having a BBL. That is not a sentence I ever thought I would say out loud, but for those who don't know, BBL is an acronym for Brazilian butt lift, and it's a form of plastic surgery you can get to enhance your behind, which is something I was not expecting to see a male idol get accused of, but here we are. What's even funnier is that Bangchan actually addressed this controversy on a live, thinking initially that BBL meant bubble, and then realizing it wasn't when some fans told him not to worry about it because it was just senseless rumors. I think they even had him on Urban Dictionary at one point trying to figure out what a BBL was. He probably saw what it meant and then the comments saying just ignore it and thought, wish I'd never read that one. Number 8, fans discovering that EXID's song Da 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 had been used by McDonald's Canada for a commercial advertising a new addition to their usual McDonald's Monopoly yearly marketing campaign. I have to play a clip of this one for you just because I can't believe it's a thing. I need other people to hear it too.
Monopoly Double Play, now and only at McDonald's.
I hope Ellie got paid well in some form of royalties for them using this. I would love to know. Number 9, exo-cbx filing a lawsuit against SM Entertainment, highlighting some discrepancies in payments and clauses within their contracts. It also looked like this was going to get messy for a little bit because CBX were claiming they could not access their earnings reports to check they were being paid fairly, whereas SM Entertainment said this information was always available. Then all of a sudden, not too long after, this whole ordeal seemed seemed to have resolved itself, and the team agreed to stay. And thank God, because I think we and SM know they are absolutely an integral part of not just the EXO brand, but also the SM Entertainment brand. And this was clear to see by how quickly their stocks seemed to drop when news of the lawsuit broke. Number 10, Tomorrow by Together releasing a song titled Do It Like That featuring the Jonas Brothers. I know that K-pop groups collaborate with Western groups all the time, so it comes as no surprise nowadays, but I think this collaboration in particular caught a lot of us off guard because we grew up in the Disney days where the Jonas Brothers were like a huge deal. So now it kind of felt like a weird crossover for the nostalgia history books, and not gonna lie, I really liked this collab. Number 11, the announcement that Blackpink's Jisoo was dating actor An Bo-hyun. The reason that I've chosen to include this one as something I didn't have on my bingo card is because I feel like netizens spend a lot of time up in Jennie's business, trying to figure out if she's dating BTS's V. Then there were a lot of stories speculating who Lisa was dating, but then out of the blue, we receive an official dating announcement from the label, and it's actually about neither of them. It's an entirely different member altogether. It's like it sort of slid under the radar when everyone was so busy focusing on something else, and I did not expect that to happen. Number 12, Teen Top making a long-awaited comeback this year. I'm sorry, I didn't want this whole list to be me just talking about unexpected comebacks that happened this year, because that could have been its own video entirely, but for us second and third generation K-pop fans, seeing groups come back for the first time in 4 or 5+ years has happened a few times this year, and every time it catches me off guard, and it's so exciting to just have that feeling of a group back you've been missing for so long. Number 13, troye Sivan collecting K-pop idols this year. One of the first interactions I remember seeing was Troye fanboying over an edit of Stray Kids' Hyunjin on TikTok and wanting to know how to get in touch with him. Then he met him at a Versace event, later collaborating with him on a remix of his song. That must be the most successful fan story ever. He was then spotted with NCT's Jaehyun at a Prada fashion show. I believe he also appeared in the show The Idol, which Blackpink's Jennie was also in, and he met her through that, I think. It's madness, but honestly, good for you, Troye. Hats off to you. Number 14, I'm going to read this next one exactly how the article headline is written, so we can all agree how random it is. GOT7's Mark Twan's father's account appears to be hacked by a controversial personality, Andrew Tate. Again, another sentence I never thought I'd ever say, but earlier this year, it appeared somebody managed to hack into the Twitter account of GOT7 Mark's dad, Raymond Twan. Whoever hacked the account changed the icon, display name, and bio, all to reflect that of Andrew Tate, who is known for being a straight-up horrible person, to put it simply. I don't know, feel free to Google him. I don't think explaining all his horrors is for a K-pop account to be doing. But I remember seeing people on Twitter confused as to why it looked like they were suddenly following Andrew Tate, and then when they click on the account, they realized it was Raymond's account and all the details had been changed. Number 15, Mark Lee releasing his solo track Golden Hour, and it appearing to be a diss track in response to Gordon Ramsay. Okay, yeah, I think this one needs some explanation. So a few years back, a fan tweeted Gordon Ramsay, famous chef, with a picture of some eggs Mark, their boyfriend, had made and asked him to react to them. Gordon is known for critiquing cooking on social media as well as on TV, so of course, not knowing the true background of who the eggs were actually made by, Gordon responded with the comment, "Get back on Tinder." This tweet kind of became a fandom inside joke, and it seems Mark had heard about this tweet also. Mark released the song Golden Hour, which isn't necessarily about this situation, but it does reference Gordon, who funnily enough replied to a TikTok of Mark and his song. So yeah, just all in all, a very random situation that did initially begin years ago, but I like that it came to full fruition into something fun, you know? Number 16, the rapid rise and fall of girl group 50/50. I won't go too much into detail on this one because both myself and many other K-pop YouTubers have created videos on this topic if you would like to hear about it in more detail. But basically, earlier this year, one of 50/50's songs, Cupid, absolutely took off on social media, mainly TikTok, which seemed to catapult a previously quote-unquote nugu group to success very quickly, and the future seemed bright for them. Unfortunately, this quickly came crumbling down when the girls filed for a lawsuit against their label for unfair treatment. After months and months of messy back and forths, honestly too much to explain in this video, 3 of the members of 50/50 have now left the group, with one member, Kina, returning to the group, and the label now planning to rebuild 50/50 with new members. Yeah, crazy. A lot happened in a very short space of time. 17, SM Entertainment announcing that NCT will no longer be an infinite group, removing Sungchan and Shotaro from NCT to put them in the company's new boy group Riize, but still also actively searching for members for another unit. Yeah, this whole situation was very confusing and contradictory to me. I don't understand why you would remove members from a group who are doing fine with the excuse of ending the infinite members idea and putting them in another group, only to then go and look for new members to expand that group further anyway. I'm happy that they seem to be thriving thriving in Riize, or at least I hope they are. I know the Riize situation's also kind of getting messy, but this whole situation kind of felt a little all over the place to me, and it was again in that era where SM was just an absolute mess, and wow, there's been a lot this year. 18. Soloist Yena releasing a song titled Hate Rodrigo. This is another topic I created a full video on, explaining the music video and meaning behind the lyrics. The song itself isn't Yena saying she has any issues with Olivia Rodrigo. In fact, quite the opposite. In the song, she is trying to imply that she's a huge fan of Olivia and not at all jealous of her, in a society where the media tries to always accuse women of being envious of each other, rather than celebrating each other's successes. Unfortunately, although the meaning behind this concept was probably name-dropping a huge American artist and having her image in the music video was probably a terrible marketing idea, because it led to Olivia's label requesting her image to be removed from the video, and then Yena also receiving a lot of hate. 19. Red Velvet's Irene and Seulgi filming TikTok challenges for the 17s Joshua and June. I know some people will probably be thinking, why did this make it into a list of things you didn't expect when artists from different labels film TikTok challenges together all the time? But surely I cannot be the only one thinking that this crossover was very unexpected. I think the thing that makes this even more surprising was that they filmed these challenges seemingly in the Hybe building, so they went out of their way to do this, like it wasn't just backstage in a music show, and we didn't really have any idea or indication prior to this that these people really knew each other very much, let alone that they were on friendly enough terms to be able to do something like this. It was nice to see. 20. Eric Nam getting called out and cancelled for his pro-Israel support through liking of a post on Instagram. I don't want to go too much into detail about this one, because it is a very controversial and sensitive topic that would deserve a longer video to explain in as much detail as possible. But basically, as a much-loved global artist, I was not expecting this from him or the reaction and backlash that followed. It was definitely a shock. 21. Okay, last time I'm going to mention a comeback in this video, I swear, but Sistar 19 announcing a comeback. I don't think any of us saw this one coming. I think a lot of us thought that this subunit was another one of those that, although successful at the time, will now just remain a part of K-pop history and stay there. But nope, this duo will be making their first comeback after 11 years this coming January. I have no idea what to really expect, but I'm excited. 22. 17's Joshua, DK, and Dino collaborating with New Kids on the Block for a remix of their 2008 song Dirty Dancing. For those who haven't heard of New Kids on the Block, they're an American boy group who were first actively most famous back in like the late 80s and early 90s, and were huge back in their day. They have previously been credited for paving the way for huge artists like NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys. They're iconic in terms of the history of Western boy groups. So for K-pop stans and boy group stans of multiple generations, this was kind of a big deal collaboration, kind of recognizing the impact that New Kids on the Block had in the industry back in their day, and also what impact 17 are having now. And 23, Superkind, why am I laughing? Superkind's Seung getting into a dating scandal with Mave's Zena after he reacted to their debut song Pandora. Dating scandals happen all the time in K-pop, so you might be thinking, what makes this one so surprising? Well, they're both literally AI character idols. We are now in the year 2023, where we have AI K-pop idols who are getting into dating scandals with each other. Yeah, I have nothing else to say on this one. Okay guys, and that was it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching if you got this far. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I would love to hear your thoughts on these things in the comments. Did you expect any of them? Or was there anything else that you didn't expect on your K-pop 2023 bingo card that you'd like to share? If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell. That should let you be the first to hear whenever I upload, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!